Hi there, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Angel, and today I wanted to introduce you to a new series of videos that are mostly already done. I'm going to call this the Booktube Archive because I have a handful of videos that I started and either just didn't continue with the vlog for some reason or another, or I just fell off. Maybe I didn't finish the books. Weird circumstances for each of these vlogs, but I have a lot of content already filmed, and I'm going to just go through and edit them and release them over the next few months, I guess, or over time. No promises there. But this first one is actually the most recent vlog that I started and did not finish. It was filmed at the end of April, so only a few weeks ago, and I had the best intentions of finishing a few books and just trying to like get myself out of a reading slump, only to further dig the deepest claws into the most obnoxious reading slump I've had in a long time. So, that to be said, stay tuned for Angel from the Past with brighter pink hair, and mentioning a few books that I just haven't talked about with you at all. So I'll probably sneak myself in to the video a few times to give you a heads up on what really happened or what really went down, and I will see you again at the end to wrap up everything that I didn't talk about in the video. Welcome back to a new vlog. I'm gonna be watching my friend's dogs a little bit this afternoon, and I thought, you know, what better chance than to just get into some books, because let's be real, I haven't been doing a great job picking out books to read. I think in my most recent vlog I actually had tried to start this, and this is the cabinet. Not gonna finish it in this vlog, so don't get excited. I almost might unhaul this. This past week, probably past like week and a half, I've been trying to read Sleuth It by Brom, and I'm about 58, 60 pages, somewhere around there. And it's not giving me as much monster as I want. So again, not even going to go into the details of that. We're actually going to DNF that as I speak, taking out the bookmark. I did it. I figured it out. We're reading Black Tongues. That's at least what we're starting with. I've had good luck with stories. One story in particular, Pen Pal, which was another Reddit-based story that got published. This is a romantic cabin getaway. Doesn't go exactly as planned. High on the windswept cliffs of Pale Peak, they celebrate their new engagement, but soon a chorus of ghastly noises erupts from the nearby woods, scream of animals, the cries of children, and the mad babble of 100 mournful voices. I had posted a TikTok in which I hauled this, and I was talking about, like, I think either horror I had hauled or horror I was really excited to read. And so somebody in the comments said that it was very fast. So we're gonna start the vlog with this one. But the fact that it did start out on Reddit means that it was written kind of like in a like archive of our own type fashion, where you're getting like chapters or segments. And so typically that kind of stuff means that you're hoping to keep the reader coming back for more, so maybe there's going to be more interesting tidbits throughout. I'm going to try to get back into the Forest app. So for the day, obviously nothing. Week, nothing. Month, nothing. The year, I didn't track any time in March, but February and January were pretty successful. I also purchased like a lifetime membership to this app, so clearly like it was working for me in January. I think I'm gonna use it to kind of treat it like reading sprints, because I don't feel like doing a reading sprint, but it might be useful to be like, let's read, let's just do it and time it. Beautiful. Quick Angel from the present. I did not end up using this at all in this vlog. I didn't use it even outside of the vlog. I didn't end up logging back into the app, which stinks because, again, I paid like $3 or something to have lifetime access to this app, and apparently I'm just not in the mood for it, so just wanted to let you know. So this is definitely a hard book to read alone while you're hearing your dog sitting make noises and things, but I am about 25 pages into this, and I just did like a really weird deep dive into Felix Blackwell, the author, because I'm a little concerned. The trend so far with some mentions of like Native and Indigenous people, there was a mention of like the main character Felix was like aware that local towns were kind of playing up to the commercialization and appropriation of, hi, little pup here with me, hello. Oh my god, you are about, no, Okay, we're gonna chill. You're gonna pretend like you're bento. They're selling like goods that I don't think are actually made by Native people, and kind of playing it up to be like the history of this area is rich in Native American culture, like that kind of stuff. And now the next scene is about him and his fiance finding a dream catcher in the woods, and there was a weird comment about like how I think they like, let me find the page really quick. Its construction looked frantic. The gnarled branches and twine held together. Don't start. The gnarled branches and twine held each other together in an unnatural, almost menacing way. Some of the feathers and bones had dried blood on them. I imagined a madman hurriedly assembling the thing, attempting to ward off the voices in his head. And I was just like, every single word that they used to describe it was menacing and like evil. And then a few things down, he like goes to touch it because he's just like, what is this? Why is this here? And his fiance goes, don't. Aren't you the one who loves horror movies? You're going to get cursed or something, stupid. And I was just like, number one, it would be creepy to find some sort of like thing hanging in the path that wasn't there a moment ago. That's creepy. But it's the fact that it's like demonizing it. And again, I could just be reading too far into this. It did start as a Reddit subthread, so I don't know the true history of this person. And if it's going to continue down the path I think it is, of like continuing to villainize Indigenous people, because it sounds like there's like somebody in the woods outside the cabin they're staying at, not going to be good for this book. We are going to DNF this book, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, because I really don't want to support this kind of work. I finished dog sitting, I'm back, I'm eating Wendy's, and before I had kind of made the decision, I made it about 50 pages in. There's something at the end, which one of the reviews that I'll read in a second pointed out. It's called A Word on Natives in Fiction. This is by the author. It says, how should a non-native person write about natives in a work of fiction? Does he have the right? Is it unethical to do so? These questions racked my brain throughout the entire process of authoring this book. My fear was that I would misrepresent natives, like so many Hollywood films have over the decades, and portray them as something other than they are, people. Don't take on a piece of Indigenous culture and immediately go, let's make it a horror story. Let's make it my horror story. Why? What was the need? I don't think there was one. I just don't think it's necessary. And from some of the reviews, it does sound like it ends up being a bit of a white savior, like the white people live at the end kind of books. So I'll start with I think I have 3 reviews here, and I'll start with the one I found first. It's by Nate R. How are you going to be so self-aware about exploiting Native people in fiction that you exploit Native people in fiction? The author explicitly says he didn't like how Native people were used for their information, history, and folklore to bring depth to white stories, and yet here's an author doing just that. Uses a Native American boogeyman to create atmosphere and tension, only using Native people in the story as educators and spiritual guides, to the extent that the only deaths, spoiler alert if you still want to read this book for some reason, are 2 of the 3 Native people mentioned. The 2 white characters are saved by literally just speaking the truth about what the female protagonist forgot as a kid, and then the bad guy goes away. Meanwhile, the 2 Native people, a father and son who exist to help the main characters and have decades of experience on this haunted mountain, are the only people to die to the creature. Nah, Amanda just simply says, get this white savior shit out of here. I also agree, Amanda. It says it has a long apologetic lecture/epilogue just in case any Indigenous people were offended by this story, because the author is evidently a white dude. Save me from self-published horror stories written by academics. 1 star because no spelling or grammar errors. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna do now that we're 50 pages deep, we've DNF'd a book pretty aggressively at the beginning of my beautiful reading vlog, which I'm very motivated to film, is we're gonna do a number generator. I have a 158 unread books that I own physically or on my Kindle. And so we're gonna randomize between 158 and 157. So number 56 is the closest, and that is Devourers. It says, on a cool evening in Calcutta, India, beneath a full moon, as the whirling rhythms of traveling musicians fill the night, college professor Alok encounters a mysterious stranger with a bizarre confession and an extraordinary story. Tantalized by the man's unfinished tale, Alok will do anything to hear its completion, so Alec agrees at the stranger's behest to transcribe a collection of battered notebooks, weathered parchments, and once living skins. This is a good move. I'm kind of sad that I'm unhauling a book already and DNFing it, but you know what? Fuck it. I'd rather not read dumb shit, you know? This isn't a true update. I have my beautiful copy here of The Devourers by Indra Das, but I did want to mention that shortly after I filmed that last clip, I posted Stolen Tongues to Pango because I just wanted to get it out of here, and I knew that it was in like new condition, so I was like, I might as well just try to resell it. And it has already sold, which is almost unheard of for my experience personally with Pango. It just was really surprising. So somebody wants it, but it's not gonna be me. I didn't vlog at all yesterday, I don't think, because I just like, I had dinner with one of my friends, and then I came home, decided I was gonna catch up on some work at like 6:30 at night, and had like a full-blown anxiety panic attack. So it was not a reading night. I'm going to try to pick this back up again because it is due my attention. I read 8 pages, and I have a few things tabbed already. First one just being that it's super queer apparently, and I believe that was a Carmen Maria Machado quote. It says, lush, visceral, and queer to the core. It is like nothing I've read, postmodern and historical, massive in scale, and heartbreakingly intimate, fragmented and a powerful whole. It's so many marvelous things at once, and I am so excited. My next 2 quotes were, one of them was just about how our main character is a history professor at college, and he's been approached by someone who claims to be half werewolf or quarter werewolf or something, and he's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And they're kind of just having a bit of banter, but the main character, I believe his name is going to be Alok, or Alok, says that like he teaches history, and the other character says, the weaving of words, a favorite discipline of mine. I congratulate you on your choice of profession, young though you seem for such an endeavor. To tell stories of the past to children who walk in the future is a task both noble and taxing. Which is really interesting because like the whole thing is like, it starts out saying like, I need to tell you a tale, and now it's been repeated that this were person needs to tell him a tale. So we're gonna hop back in for a bit of the aesthetic. I do have a somewhat matching set of sticky notes. I ordered these off Amazon because even though I don't keep my books, I do like to sticky them because I feel like it looks nice, and it is a nice way of like marking the passage of time aside from having a bookmark. So I've rambled enough. I've convinced myself I do want to read. I'm gonna start reading. Welcome to the end of this vlog in which I just stopped filming because as I realized I was getting to a reading slump, I think I had like 3 other instances where I tried to pick up a book and it went the same way as these 2 books did. So let's do a quick wrap up, let you know what happened, because I didn't even tell you what happened with The Devourers. I ended up DNFing this one as well. It was just really, I found that if a book would not make a enthralling movie for me personally, again, in my opinion, I don't think I need to pursue it. I did end up, here's my note about it. I ended up falling asleep while reading this book at one point. So I think I maybe got to 50 pages, maybe less. And also there was no drama, which is something that I realized halfway through the reading experience, halfway through this vlog, that I was missing. Obviously, like, I enjoy a lot of different types of books. I really enjoy romance, horror, sci-fi, and some contemporary like lit fic stuff in the middle. But if there's not like a true inciting incident and something that is kind of alluding to it early on, I am finding that I lose interest more and more. I would love to be that person that really latches onto beautiful whimsical writing, but it's just not how I read. I find that when I pick those books up that my friends who are really into that type of writing enjoy, I'm like, crap, I really need to hone in and enjoy this as well. And this video, as much of a failure as reading these 2 books was, really made me realize that I'm not into the flowery writing when there's no purpose attached to it. I wanted to wrap that up for you, let you know that no books were finished in this reading vlog, unfortunately. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time and your attention. Let me know if you read either of these books or what you thought of them, or just let me know what you're reading right now. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.